Hello and welcome to the second half of Long Beachin with Mo. In the studio today, you must wonder why I'm sitting so far away from Steven Kutcher. Hi, Steven.
Hi, Mo.
And Steven Kutcher is a friend of mine. We've been friends for how many years now?
Many years.
Many years. And he's known as the Bugman. Well, I'm sure you've heard of his name. You've seen his name in the movies. He's done a lot of movies: Jurassic Park, Arachnophobia,
Spiderman, lots of them.
1 and 2, Spiderman 1 and 2.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Yeah. There's a 3? I didn't even see 3. Wow. But I'm sitting this far away, but I think I'll go over and sit beside him because he's got...
close to me.
I should do... Okay, well, I'll come on over there.
And Rosie.
And Rosie, our friend Rosie. But my mic is just... I can sit about here. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, then.
Okay.
Hey, Rosie. Good job. I don't have arachnophobia.
No.
Anyway, Steven, you are known as the Bugman. You've done many films. Just after Spider-Man 2, wasn't it? You came into the studio after you'd been doing a tour of Europe. Is that right?
No, but
So I've got it all wrong.
But I would have loved to do a tour of Europe.
Oh, well.
Maybe my artwork will go
well,
there.
this is it now.
Actually, some of my artwork is going there.
That's what I'm given to understand. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, some of my artwork, which I will show the audience, is going to the Museum of Contemporary Art, or, well, depending on when you see this, will have been at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Minsk, Belarus. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, I'm excited too, because I came out and saw your show at the Armory in Pasadena.
Yes.
And it was an amazing show because, in case you haven't heard, Steven now does bug art. And this means that the bugs actually do the art. Explain it to us, Steven.
Well, in the 1980s, I worked on a TV show that Steven Spielberg was executive producing. And they wanted me to have a fly walk through ink and leave fly footprints. I didn't know how to do it, so I figured out how to make a fly leave fly footprints. Because the world is full of insect footprints that nobody ever sees.
Right.
So then I met a lady in about 3 or 4 years ago who said, well, I'm doing an exhibit of insect art, why don't you do some? And so I started working on it, and my first attempts were failures.
Oh.
They were total failures because I didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
And then I figured out how to let insects leave footprints. And then, using my artistic talent, I started creating all kinds of things. So I now have flies and cockroaches and beetles and things that people might not find as appealing leave their footprints in an artistic way.
Whose footprints are those?
These are beetle footprints. The beetles...
Yeah, she loves
right.
you. Okay.
The beetles that made that look like this. And the areas here were crumpled up aluminum foil.
Oh, okay.
This was done by honeybees, and I had honeybees walk around the paper, and honeybees orient in a certain way, so I turn the paper. They're moving in one direction, but when I spin the paper around, I can make circles and curves.
I bet they look lovely in frames also. Well, there's quite a few that are framed. I'm sure. Have you sold any of this art?
Not yet, but there is some interest. Let me talk about this one.
About that one, yeah.
Then
it wants to be talked about.
Well, Jackson Pollock said, art has a life of its own, so I think this one has a life of its own. This shows the beetle crawling in one direction, and the beetle was always crawling in the same direction, but I just tilted the paper, so as the beetle was always crawling in the same direction.
So all these paintings that you've done, they're just one insect?
I usually use one because it's simpler, but I have used as many as 3. And when I take a piece like this and turn it, and I have 3 bees on it, all 3 bees will turn in the same direction.
Oh.
So I've used 3 bees on that. This one was done with beetles as well. This was done by moths.
Okay.
And
oh, so you got the little flutter and everything.
Yes, and you can see their wings turning around. This one was done by flies.
Oh, normal everyday house flies.
Yes, I call this fly Moreau. And this one was done by hissing cockroaches.
Oh, so like the straight lines are when they hissed?
No, but the curve is spinning the paper around, so you can see how that works.
Oh,
and this last one is a recent one I did. And this is a whole series, but they look like dancing people.
I love it.
So what I'm going to do...
Yes. Do they die after you use them, or what?
No,
good.
not...
No cruelty to animals or beetles, folks.
First, I use water-soluble paint so this can wash off.
Now, what sort of beetle are we going to use here?
This is called a darkling beetle, D-A-R-K-L-I-N-G, and if I put him down on the paper, you can see that he walks rather nicely.
Oh, and they don't... Do darkling beetles fly?
No, these do not fly.
He's like got a little...
Right, but you see there are no footprints.
No.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of pigment and hold the beetle very gently in my hand.
Yeah, because you can easily squash the beetle, right?
Yes, but I have very delicate hands. And then what I'm going to do is put...
a blob on each one.
I'm going to put a blob on each one. So how many blobs is that?
4.
6. I knew you were. I knew you'd know that.
Oh, I better watch Rosie.
You were watching Rosie. She has 8, so Rosie would get excited about this. So now I'm going to take the beetle and put him down with the pigment, and we'll see if he'll leave any tracks.
Okay.
Okay, so here he goes.
Oh, how cute!
Okay.
So if you didn't guide him, would he walk off the paper and onto the floor?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
You can see that circle I've created with a little beetle.
Stephen, thank you so much for coming. This is too fast.
Well, I have a movie about my bug art. And,
yep.
And so if they look for my name, Steven Kutcher, and bug art, if they Google that, I think they'll be able to find it, and they can contact me. Can you hold Rosie? Sure. And then I have a little container of water here.